Cancer, hello there, my beautiful friends. We're going to do your general tarot reading for early March 2025. Thank you so much for joining me today. You know I appreciate each and every single one of you. So let's get right down to business, as always, and start you off with an oracle card here, just so we can dip our toes in the energy and see what's happening for the lovely Cancerians. Hope you're all doing fabulous and fantastic, my friends. Let's get it going here. My guide, spirit team, talk to me. What do we got for Cancer, gang? In early March, what energies, messages, insights can we take a little peek at? And yeah, we're just going to take a real quick look at this first card, then we'll get into the full reading itself. At the very end, I'll pull you a bonus card from the Shadowland Tarot, just to see what might be in the shadows or what shadow work you can lean into, which is always interesting. But let's get it going here. Let's rock and see what we got for Cancer in early March. What's the vibe? What's the energy swirling around my good friends here? Please and thank you. Yeah, the card came out and popped back in. There we go. Guess it wasn't meant to be. Okay, this energy is like on the move. It's on the go. And this does remind me of one of your power cards, the Chariot. And if you just look at that imagery, it's like, yeah, we're going. We're moving forward. There could be a big future focus with this card. Now, before we fully dive into that, if you're new here, I'll be speaking about the March subscriber surprise towards the end, so you might want to check that out. Also, if you could kindly illuminate that like button by tapping it right on its third eye, you know I'd greatly appreciate it. But enough of the promo, into the reading. Let's talk about this card. So lots of very interesting imagery here. We have this woman, she's moving in one direction, there's a ship, there's these birds. Now, those are called martlets. They're technically a mythological bird that doesn't have any feet, so it's always on the move, it's always on the go. Notice that they're all moving in the same direction. So in this time, if you don't have a future focus, Spirit could be asking you, like, all right, Cancer, well, look, maybe a few months down the line, how is what you're going through now going to affect the future? That could be a big thing whenever this card is here. But whenever I see this, I feel like it's like the Chariot, where it's like on the go, on the move. So whether it's distance, whether it's travel, or just an energy that's building up within you, like this could be impending action or moves being made. Now that can be very good. The only challenge I see with this card is that it could be a little aggressive. So I'm interested to see if we get a lot of fire in this week's spread, because it's like there's energy building underneath the surface. But this can be really good, especially for future things, right? So whether it's long-term planning, just looking down the line. But we're just going to put it down right there. They could keep going about their journey. Let's get into tarot. And yeah, I always say the first card here, it doesn't make or break the reading. It's just a little footnote. So let's get you 3 tarot cards in the upright. Then we'll get into that intuitive juiciness. Shuffle it up one time here for my Cancer friends. What do we got, my guides, please? And while we get this deck shuffled up and ready to go, let's talk about last week's reading. There was a magnetism I was picking up last week. The reading was titled Here They Come, and it didn't just mean people. It just felt like a lot of things coming your way. So for some Cancers, maybe you're dealing with a lot of different things, a lot of different situations. But I will say this, like at least on my channel, the Cancers have been on a hot streak for like almost a month. There's been really good energy moving your way. So we're going to hope to keep that hot streak going. We'll see what we have for you this week. As you know, energy is very fluid. It's never set in stone. So when we take this out, it's for you, because we could be seeing your vibe or somebody else's, right? Let's get it going. 3 cards for my Cancer friends. What is happening for my good friends? Here we go. Thank you. Okay. So this energy is on the move as well. We do have the Fool card. So it's in motion. It's in action. I like leading off a reading with this, but there's a certain unpredictability to this card. The Fool card's like, what are you gonna do? What are you about to do there, my friend? Let's get a couple more. Thank you. Okay, so there's this interesting stop-go that's starting to pick up here with the Hanged Man, because we have a card that's in full motion and we have a card that is not doing a damn thing. Let's get one more out here and we'll piece it together. What do we have for Cancer? Thank you. Okay. So we do have one of your power cards here. This is a very intriguing mixture of energies going on, and I'm feeling neutral about it so far. We're just going to have to see how this all plays out, because I do like the energies, but this Hanged Man in the center, it's giving me a little bit of pause. So let's go through. I'll give you some of the classical meanings and archetypes. Then we'll get into that juicy intuitive stuff. But at first glance, we do have a nice mixture of elements going on here. We have fire, which similar to that very first card, the Fool, the fire, the Aries energy. It's moving, it's going. And we have a lot of water here. Now, the Hanged Man is a little different. It does have water elements because it's like Pisces, possibly Scorpio, depending on who you ask. There's also Virgo energy there. So it's like water heavy here on the back end, especially with the Page of Cups, which is your comfort zone, your comfort element. So I'm not sure if some of you are stepping out of your comfort level with certain things. That could be possible. But I feel like for the most part, the energy does seem like it's moving in a positive direction. It's just this start stop, hot, cold, like I'm here, I'm there. Like the energy is extreme here in the front end. And we do have this card of conversation. So let's go through piece by piece and really start to build it out. So position number one, we are starting with the Fool, the very first of the major arcana tarot cards. It is the protagonist of the tarot deck, the hero, right? The Fool goes on its journey throughout the whole entire tarot deck. It does link to the zodiac sign of Aries. So you might be connected to an Aries. You might have some placements there. If that's not the case, the Fool is an initiator. It's fresh, it's new, it's starting a new adventure or a new journey. So there's a certain jovial sense of energy to this where it's lighthearted, it's fun, it's the Fool, it's having a damn good time. So for some Cancers, maybe that's something you need. Maybe you need to like break loose, cut loose, and do things that you enjoy when this card is here. Now, this card does have cautions to it as well. Notice that the Fool is about to walk off that cliff and the dog is trying to stop it. So there's an unpredictability here where the energy is like a little unexpected, a little unpredictable, a little surprising. So we're going to want to take a look at this Fool, and this could warn about being too spontaneous when we look at the challenging aspect of it. So we will most definitely circle back on that. I feel like it's okay though. When we receive the Fool as the very first card, that's its natural position. That's where it likes to be. Now moving to the center, we have the Hanged Man. So pretty much all the stuff I was saying about the Fool, this card is the opposite. So it's like full stop. It's not moving at all. It's not budging. That doesn't mean it has to be a bad thing. There's good aspects to this card as well. But when we go from the Fool to this, it's like something that stops suddenly. So there could be certain situations where it's like, all right, it was moving. Now it's not doing a damn thing. That could be very possible. You could be putting a stop to various different things when this card is here. Now, this card is extremely analytical, whereas this one is a little unpredictable. This one is very predictable. It's not doing much. It's analyzing something. It's a watcher, very similar to the Page of Swords. So there might be a situation that you need to keep a close eye on. There might be someone watching you, or vice versa. Like there's a lot of looking and analyzing with this card. This is also a card of strategy and planning. Now, aside from that, the Hanged Man can also represent self-sacrifice. You might be the type of individual where you do everything and anything for the people that you care about. That's a big energy with this card. So we want to see, but just the way the energy moves, it's a little choppy, right? Like we're from full flight to full stop. So we're going to want to see, is this problematic? Is this purposeful? We'll see what's up. Now, moving to the very back end, we have one of your power cards. So another one of your power cards show up here. We have the Page of Cups. Beautiful. So in my simplistic style, since you're a water sign, this could represent you. So it might tell us something that's coming towards you, a way you might be feeling. If you're linked to another water sign, this could be them. Pages also represent youth and children. But if that's not the case, I would say pages are students. They learn new things. So there's a fresh energy when we mix the Fool with the Page. It's like, all right, there's something good coming in. There's a lot of potential in the energy. But, I mean, this one in particular is a talker, right? Like the Page of Cups, it's getting something off its chest. It's having talks, communication. So whether this is a talk you're bringing up or somebody else, we're going to want to look into that further. Now, a challenge with Page energy, it's never guaranteed. Same thing with this Fool. It's like, yeah, there's potential there, but is it locked in? Not sure just yet. So it's like we have this interesting mixture of energy happening for you this week. So let's get that page tucked in right up there. And yeah, Cancer, I want to dive deeper into all of it. Let's do it. Let's jump in and clarify. Okay, let's get a good shuffle here for my Cancer friends. What is happening? And yes, this is where I go intuitive with the message, which means I just tell you how it feels to me. So feel free to do further research or rely on your base knowledge of tarot, because as you know, every single reading is about the reader's interpretation, and I'm just giving you mine. Let's go in on the Fool. Oh, and yes, if you're a reader yourself, please feel free to play along. That's why the box is here. If you're feeling any messages you want to give to Cancer, you drop it in the comments. I don't mind at all. All right, Fool card. What's happening? What is going on? Thank you. I mean, this looks great. This looks really great. So we have the Ace of Pentacles in the upright, and this is very similar to the Taurus reading. So if you're connected to the Taurus, you might want to check that out. Aces have a lot of similarities to the Fool and to the Page of Pentacles, where it's a fresh, new type of energy. So for some Cancers, like new things, new tasks, anything that's fresh that you're focusing your energy on could be really great. Now, I will say this, when I see the Fool with the Ace of Pentacles, to me, this could be like an unexpected offer or a surprising offer that comes out of nowhere. So whether it's an emotional kind where it's someone that like opens up to you, or whether it's even like a work business one with the Ace of Pentacles, it's like, all right, whoa, okay, this looks good, this looks real good, and it kind of comes out of nowhere, similar to the Taurus reading I was seeing this week as well, where it's like, all right, just something pops in out of nowhere. So yeah, when I see this, there's just so much potential. But the thing I want to look at is what we have coming up, because like, yeah, there could be all the potential in the world. Is this going to be something that stops it, or is this going to be something that gets in the way of it? We're going to want to take a look at that. But all aces are beautiful, especially the Ace of Pentacles in the upright. So I'm excited about this. So for a lot of you, whether it is talks, surprising talks, or offers, I feel like it's either or, it could be both for some of you. So very, very similar to what I was picking up in the Taurus reading. So we're just going to leave it at that. Let's keep moving. We're not going to get stuck there. I still want to see what else is happening over here. Let's see what the Hanged Man has for you. So let's get it going here. Why is the Hanged Man in the mix? Please. Or this could be something that looked good initially. Let's see what the Hanged Man has. Why is that Hanged Man in the mix? Whoa, okay. We have the Wheel of Fortune in the upright underneath this Hanged Man. Okay, so this is most definitely a card at change. Watch out for things that seem too good to be true, or like there could be certain things where like, is this really happening? Is this really finally happening? Like for some of you, this could be pretty major. I'm not saying every single Cancer that's watching this is going through these major things, but there is so much energetic potential I'm picking up here. Now, the Wheel of Fortune, it moves fast. It shifts and it changes. So when we go from like all this potential, I feel like that energy does split in two different ways. For some of you, this is like almost an unbelievable turn of events, like, or this is an unbelievable change where it's like, whoa, is this really happening? And it feels really good. But for some of you, this could be something where it's like, I got cold feet, maybe not. Like there could be something that comes in where you do put a stop to it, where it's like, no, yeah, that had potential, but not right now. Putting a stop to it. So it's like we have this double energy where there's like something that's almost unbelievable, but I also have the energy of someone putting something to a stop. Because right, with the change. Now the wheel is lovely. It's a 4-leaf clover. It is really nice. Maybe you should take a closer look at something. That's very possible. Or maybe there is a situation that even if it's changing or seems like it is, you just want to keep an eye on it for sure when I see this. So it's an interesting mixture, and I feel this is where the energy forks for a lot of you. Let's see what the Page of Pentacles has, then we'll keep going, because yeah, I can't let go of that message too. Like there might be some, just take a look at it closer, read the fine print. Okay, so whatever, whoever or whatever comes in this time with what we see here in the front, don't jump right in, just take a close look at it. And if something seems or feels too good to be true, just make sure you do proper research. I don't know why I'm talking about this stuff. I'm just giving you the information. Let's keep moving. Let's see what that Page of Cups has. Then we'll do a quick little recap before we get into the shadow. I mean, if you look at all the cards, aside from the Hanged Man, this is something to be excited about. It really is. So let's see what that Page of Cups has. Where's that Page of Cups here, please? Okay. Okay. So this could most definitely be something popping back up. We have the Death card in reverse. Big Scorpio energy here on the back end. So if you're linked to Scorpio, this is them showing up with the Page of Cups and the Death card. Don't ever get nervous about the Death card. It does have a lot of similarities to the Wheel. It's a very karmic card. It does speak about change. But when I see it in reverse, that talks about something swinging back around, something coming back around, and it could tie in to what we have here. Now, this is something I've been seeing for a lot of signs in recent weeks, and it feels like it's your turn up to bat, where there could be various situations that return and pop back up. There could be people that you haven't heard from in a while that pop back up, or just things where it's like we're touching on this again. That's just how the energy feels. So could it be tied into this offer or talk that we have in front? Absolutely. But I would play it cool. I would play it cautious, especially with what we have here in the center. It's like, okay, all right, Let me just take this kind of slow. Now, the death card, if it was in the upright, it could represent closing things, ending things, change and metamorphosis. But yeah, when I see it in the upright, it represents something that has already happened that's swinging back around. That's how I read it, and that's how it feels to me. Unless you're connected to Scorpio or have major Scorpio placements yourself, then I would lean more towards this message. But it could all be intertwined. It really can. So I would expect various things, situations, or people to pop back up and return, even if you're not expecting it, even if it's surprising, like we have here in the front. Let's go through and do a quick recap, then we'll get into the shadow card. So interesting how this all plays. I feel like your reading still has a lot of positive potential in it, but if you kindly look in the box, position number 1, we have the Fool card with the Ace of Pentacles. As I mentioned, this could be a surprising or unexpected talk or an offer coming in, whether it's emotional, whether it's business. It could be either or, it could be both. Moving to the center, we have the Hanged Man with the Wheel of Fortune. Reading the fine print about something or taking your time is super important. Like, don't jump right in. But I was also getting this vibe of like, all right, is this too good to be true? Like, this seems like really too good to be true. So maybe some of you are pumping the brakes on something or slowing something down. Moving to the back end, we have the Page of Cups with the Death card in reverse. So something's coming back your way, similar to like what we saw last week, that magnetism, whether you're drawn in it or not. So whether it's a situation or a person, it's something that could pop in surprisingly or return surprisingly. So please take a screenshot if you want to look into it further. Let's see what's in the shadows. Okay, let's get it going here. What do we have in the shadows for Cancer? And yes, I always like to pull one of these at the very end just to see whether it's something within you or something you don't quite see. Shadow cards don't always have to be a challenge. They could be a good thing. So let's get you one. And yes, if you made it to this point in the reading, please feel free to check out channel memberships. I'll put a link for it in the comments below. It's a beautiful way to support the channel. I have much love for all my channel members. Okay, let's get this going here. What do we got for Cancer in the shadows, please? What do we got for our good friends? There we go. Thank you. All right, Page of Wands. So very similar to the Fool. It's like a mixture of these two cards showing up here. I like the Page of Wands. Now, for a portion of you, it could be a fire sign that you're connected to. But similar to the Page of Cups, it's an energy that wants to talk. It wants to get something off its chest. Now, sometimes this could represent what you focus your energy on. So Spirit could be saying like, hey, Cancer, maybe you need to not waste energy on this or put more energy into that. I don't know what you're all going through in this time. You're all going through various different things. But the Page of Wands could be Spirit saying like, all right, we might need to adjust how we're spending our energy and our attention when this card's here. But at the same time, this in the shadows could represent the talk that we were seeing or an individual swinging back around. So that's something important to keep in mind. A big warning with the Page of Wands is burnout. So if you are going through anything that feels a little taxing or you've been feeling a little down, maybe you need to recharge the batteries, because the Page of Wands shadow side, it could be something that like burns itself out. So just beware of that in this time, like investing too much energy and overdoing it. So yeah, Cancer, that's what I have for you this week, my beautiful friends. Don't click away just yet, though. I'm going to give you the details of the March subscriber surprise. If you would like to book a personal reading with me and get a little glimpse into whatever situations you're dealing with, you can check out my digital calendar on my website, mastermetaphysics.com. The March schedule is up and live. But for the March subscriber surprise, giving away 3 copies of one of my most favorite decks, the Everyday Witches Tarot. So if you'd like to get your name in for this, it's 2 simple things, as always, my friends. First, you must be subscribed. And second, let me know down in the comments, where in this beautiful big world are you from? I'll go first. I'm from New Jersey. And you could just put it down in the comments and you'll be entered to win. And at the end of the month, the winners will be announced in my community tab. As always, my friends, much love, and I'll talk to you soon.